The acquisition of Twitter by Elon Musk began on April 14, 2022, and concluded on October 27, 2022. Business magnate Elon Musk began buying shares of American social media company Twitter, Inc. in January 2022, eventually becoming the company's largest shareholder in April with a 9.1% ownership stake. Twitter then invited Musk to join its board of directors, which Musk at first accepted before subsequently declining. On April 14, he made an unsolicited offer to purchase the company for $43 billion, which Twitter responded with a poison pill strategy to resist a hostile takeover. On April 25, Twitter's board of directors unanimously accepted Musk's buyout offer of $44 billion, with the company set to be taken private. Musk stated that he planned to introduce new features to the platform, make its algorithms open-sourced, combat spambot accounts, and promote free speech. Musk announced his intention to terminate the agreement in July, asserting that Twitter had breached their agreement by refusing to crack down on spambot accounts. The company filed a lawsuit against Musk in the Delaware Court of Chancery shortly thereafter, with the trial scheduled for the week of October 17. Weeks before the trial was set to begin, Musk reversed course, announcing that he would move forward with the acquisition. The deal was closed on October 27, with Musk immediately becoming Twitter's new owner and firing several top executives, including CEO Parag Agrawal. Twitter shares stopped trading on the New York Stock Exchange the next day. Reception to the buyout has been mixed, with praise going to Musk's planned reforms and vision for the company, but criticism over fears of a potential rise in misinformation, disinformation, harassment, and hate speech on the platform. Conservatives, right-wingers, and Republicans have largely praised the purchase, while liberals, left-wingers, Democrats, and Twitter employees have voiced concerns about Musk's intentions. Early life, childhood and family. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, one of the capital cities of South Africa, and was baptized into the Anglican Church. Musk has British and Pennsylvania Dutch ancestry. His mother is Mae Musk, a model and dietitian born in Saskatchewan, Canada, and raised in South Africa. His father, Errol Musk, is a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer, who was a half-owner of a Zambian emerald mine near Lake Tanganyika. Musk has a younger brother, Kimball, and a younger sister, Tosca. Musk's family was wealthy during his youth. His father was elected to the Pretoria City Council as a representative of the anti-apartheid Progressive Party, with his children reportedly sharing their father's dislike of apartheid. His maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, was an adventurous American-born Canadian who took his family on record-breaking journeys to Africa and Australia in a single-engine Bellanca airplane. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk mostly lived with his father. Musk later regretted his decision because he has become estranged from his father. He has a paternal half-sister and a half-brother. In his biography of Musk, Ashley Vance described Musk as an awkward and introverted child. When Musk was age 10, he developed an interest in computing and video games, teaching himself how to program from his Commodore VIC-20 user manual. At age 12, he sold his BASIC-based game Blastar to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500. Education. Musk attended Waterkloof House Preparatory School, Bryanston High School, and Pretoria Boys High School, from which he graduated. Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother, knowing that it would be easier to immigrate to the United States this way. While waiting for his application to be processed, he attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months, This allowed him to avoid mandatory service in the South African Defence Force. Musk arrived in Canada in June 1989 and lived with a second cousin in Saskatchewan for a year, working odd jobs at a farm and lumber mill. In 1990, he entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he completed studies for a Bachelor of Arts degree in Physics and a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics from the Wharton School in 1995. In 1994, Musk held 2 internships in Silicon Valley, one at the energy storage startup Pinnacle Research Institute, which investigated electrolytic ultracapacitors for energy storage, and another at the Palo Alto-based startup Rocket Science Games. In 1995, he was accepted to a Doctor of Philosophy program in Materials Science at Stanford University. However, Musk decided to join the Internet boom instead and applied for a job at Netscape, to which he reportedly never received a response. Business career. ZIP2. In 1995, Musk, his brother Kimball, and Greg Coterie founded ZIP2. Elon Musk provided them with $28,000 in funding. The company developed an internet city guide with maps, directions, and yellow pages, and marketed it to newspapers. They worked at a small rented office in Palo Alto, Musk coding the website every night. Eventually, ZIP2 obtained contracts with the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune. The brothers persuaded the board of directors to abandon a merger with CitySearch. However, Musk's attempts to become CEO were thwarted. Compaq acquired ZIP2 for $307 million in cash in February 1999, and Musk received $22 million for his 7% share. X.com and PayPal. Later in 1999, Musk co-founded X.com, an online financial services and email payment company. X.com was one of the first federally insured online banks, and over 200,000 customers joined after its initial months of operation. Even though Musk founded the company, investors regarded him as inexperienced and replaced him with Intuit CEO Bill Harris by the end of the year. In 2000, X.com merged with online bank Confinity to avoid competition, as Confinity's money transfer service PayPal was more popular than X.com's service. Musk then returned as CEO of the merged company. His preference for Microsoft over Unix-based software caused a rift among the company's employees, and led Peter Thiel, Confinity's founder, to resign. With the company suffering from compounding technological issues and the lack of a cohesive business model, the board ousted Musk and replaced him with Thiel in September 2000. Under Thiel, the company focused on the money transfer service and was renamed PayPal in 2001. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock, of which Musk, the largest shareholder with 11.72% of shares, received $175.8 million. In 2017, more than 1.5 decades later, Musk purchased the X.com domain from PayPal for its sentimental value. In 2022, Musk discussed a goal of creating X, the everything app. SpaceX. Early days. First launches. Starlink. Tesla. Startup and growth. SEC lawsuit. SolarCity and Tesla Energy. Neuralink. In 2016, Musk co-founded Neuralink, a neurotechnology startup company, with an investment of $100 million. Neuralink aims to integrate the human brain with artificial intelligence by creating devices that are embedded in the brain to facilitate its merging with machines. Such technology could enhance memory or allow the devices to communicate with software. The company also hopes to develop devices with which to treat neurological conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and spinal cord injuries. In 2019, Musk announced work on a device akin to a sewing machine that could embed threads into a human brain. At a 2020 live demonstration, Musk described one of their early devices as a Fitbit in your skull that could soon cure paralysis, deafness, blindness, and other disabilities. Many neuroscientists and publications criticized these claims, with MIT Technology Review describing them as highly speculative and neuroscience theater. During the demonstration, Musk revealed a pig with a Neuralink implant that tracked neural activity related to smell. Neuralink has conducted further animal testing on macaque monkeys at the University of California, Davis Primate Research Center. In 2021, the company released a video in which a macaque played the video game Pong via a Neuralink implant. The company's animal trials, which have caused the deaths of some monkeys, have led to claims of animal cruelty. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine has alleged that Neuralink's animal trials have violated the Animal Welfare Act. In 2022, Neuralink announced that clinical trials would begin by the end of the year. Musk is listed as the sole author of an October 2019 paper that details some of Neuralink's research, although Musk's being listed as such rankled the Neuralink team's researchers. The Boring Company. In 2017, Musk founded the Boring Company to construct tunnels and revealed plans for specialized, underground, high-occupancy vehicles that could travel up to 150 miles per hour and thus circumvent above-ground traffic in major cities. Early in 2017, the company began discussions with regulatory bodies and initiated construction of a 30-foot wide, 50-foot long, and 15-foot deep test trench on the premises of SpaceX's offices, as that required no permits. The Los Angeles Tunnel, less than 2 miles in length, debuted to journalists in 2018. It used Tesla Model X's and was reported to be a rough ride while traveling at suboptimal speeds. 2 tunnel projects announced in 2018, in Chicago and West Los Angeles, have been cancelled. However, a tunnel beneath the Las Vegas Convention Center was completed in early 2021. Local officials have approved further expansions of the tunnel system. In 2021, tunnel construction was approved for Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Twitter. Musk expressed interest in buying Twitter as early as 2017. In January 2022, Musk began purchasing Twitter shares, reaching a 5% stake in the company in March. By April, he owned a 9% stake, making him the largest shareholder. He did not file the necessary SEC paperwork within 10 days of his stake passing 5%, a violation of U.S. securities laws. When he did publicly disclose his investment in an SEC 13G filing on April 4, Twitter shares experienced the largest intraday surge since the company's 2013 IPO. The revelation that Musk had acquired a significant stake in Twitter followed Musk's March tweets in which he questioned Twitter's commitment to freedom of speech and floated creating a rival social media site, although the comments were made after he had acquired 7.5% of Twitter's stake. On April 4, Musk agreed to a deal that would appoint him to Twitter's board of directors and prohibit him from acquiring more than 14.9% of the company. However, on April 13, Musk made a $43 billion offer to buy Twitter, launching a takeover bid to buy 100% of Twitter's stock at $54.20 per share. In response, Twitter's board adopted a shareholder rights plan to make it more expensive for any single investor to own more than 15% of the company without the board's approval. A week later, Musk secured funding worth $46.5 billion, which included $12.5 billion in loans against his Tesla stock and $21 billion in equity financing. Later that day, Musk successfully concluded his bid for approximately $44 billion. Tesla's stock market value sank by more than $125 billion the next day in reaction to the deal, causing Musk to lose around $30 billion of his net worth. He subsequently tweeted criticism of Twitter executive Vijay Yagadi's policies to his 86 million followers, which led to some of them engaging in sexist and racist harassment against her. Exactly a month after announcing the takeover, Musk stated that the deal was on hold following a report that 5% of Twitter's daily active users were spam accounts, causing Twitter shares to drop more than 10%. Although initially he clarified that he remained committed to the acquisition, he sent notification of his termination of the deal in July. Twitter's board of directors responded that they were committed to holding him to the transaction. On July 12, 2022, Twitter formally sued Musk in the Chancery Court of Delaware for breaching a legally binding agreement to purchase Twitter. In October 2022, Musk reversed again, offering to purchase Twitter at $54.20 per share. The acquisition was officially completed on October 27, and Musk immediately fired top Twitter executives including CEO Parag Agrawal. Leadership style. Musk is often described as a micromanager and has called himself a nano-manager. He does not make formal business plans. Instead, he prefers to approach engineering problems with an iterative design methodology and tolerance for failures. He has forced employees to adopt the company's own jargon and launched ambitious, risky, and costly projects against his advisors' recommendations, such as removing front-facing radar from Tesla Autopilot. His insistence on vertical integration causes his companies to move most production in-house. While this resulted in saved costs for SpaceX's rocket, vertical integration has caused many usability problems for Tesla's software. Musk's handling of employees whom he communicates directly with through mass emails has been characterized as carrot and stick, rewarding those who offer constructive criticism while also being known to impulsively threaten, swear at, and fire his employees. Musk expects his employees to work for long hours, sometimes for 80 hours per week, which most employees are aware and willing to meet the demands, while a few have left because of it. He often fires employees in sprees, such as during the Model 3 production hell in 2018, when Musk slept on the factory floor to set an example for his workers. In 2022, Musk revealed plans to fire 10% of Tesla's workforce, due to his concerns about the economy. That same month, he suspended remote work at SpaceX and Tesla and threatened to fire employees who do not work 40 hours per week in the office. Musk's leadership has been praised by some, who credit it with the success of Tesla and his other endeavors, and criticized by others, who see him as callous. The 2021 book Power Play contains anecdotes of Musk berating employees. The Wall Street Journal reported that, after Musk insisted on branding his vehicles as self-driving, he faced criticism from his engineers for putting customer lives at risk, with some employees resigning in consequence. The New York Times characterized Musk's approach as absolutism. Other activities. Hyperloop. In 2013, Musk announced plans for a version of a vac train, a vacuum tube train, and assigned a dozen engineers from SpaceX and Tesla to establish the conceptual foundations and create initial designs. Later that year, Musk unveiled the concept, which he dubbed the Hyperloop. The alpha design for the system was published in a white paper posted to the Tesla and SpaceX blogs. The document scoped out the technology and outlined a notional route where such a transport system could be built between the greater Los Angeles area and the San Francisco Bay Area, at an estimated cost of $6 billion. The proposal, if technologically feasible at the costs cited, would make Hyperloop travel cheaper than any other mode of transport for such long distances. Subsequently, Musk biographer Ashley Vance has claimed that the original purpose of Musk's Hyperloop proposal was to thwart a high-speed rail project in California. In 2015, Musk announced a design competition for students and others to build Hyperloop pods, to operate on a SpaceX-sponsored mile-long track, for a 2015-2017 Hyperloop pod competition. The track was used in January 2017, and Musk also announced that the company started a tunnel project, with Hawthorne Airport as its destination. In July 2017, Musk claimed that he had received verbal government approval to build a Hyperloop from New York City to Washington, D.C., with stops in both Philadelphia and Baltimore. Mention of the projected D.C. to Baltimore leg was removed from the Boring Company website in 2021. OpenAI. In 2015, Musk founded OpenAI, a not-for-profit artificial intelligence research company aiming to develop artificial general intelligence intended to be safe and beneficial to humanity. A particular focus of the company is to democratize artificial superintelligence systems against governments and corporations. In 2018, Musk left the OpenAI board to avoid possible future conflicts with his role as CEO of Tesla, as the latter company increasingly became involved in AI through Tesla Autopilot. Since then, OpenAI has made significant advances in machine learning, producing neural networks such as GPT-3 and DALL-E. Tom Wang cave rescue and defamation case. In July 2018, Musk arranged for his employees to build a mini-submarine to assist the rescue of children trapped in a flooded cavern in Thailand. Richard Stanton, leader of the International Rescue Diving Team, urged Musk to facilitate the construction of the vehicle as a backup, in case flooding worsened. Engineers at SpaceX and the Boring Company built the mini-submarine from a Falcon 9 liquid oxygen transfer tube in 8 hours and personally delivered it to Thailand. By this time, however, 8 of the 12 children had already been rescued, the rescuers employing full face masks, oxygen, and anesthesia. Consequently, Thai authorities declined to use the submarine. In March 2019, Musk was later one of the 187 people who received various honors conferred by the King of Thailand for involvement in the rescue effort. Soon after the rescue, Vernon Unsworth, a British recreational caver who had been exploring the cave for the previous 6 years and played a key advisory role in the operation, criticized the submarine on CNN as amounting to nothing more than a public relations effort with no chance of success. That Musk had no conception of what the cave passage was like and can stick his submarine where it hurts. Musk asserted on Twitter that the device would have worked and referred to Unsworth as a pedo guy. He deleted the tweets, and apologized, along with deleting his responses to critical tweets from Cher Scarlett, a software engineer, which had caused his followers to harass her. In an email to BuzzFeed News, Musk later called Unsworth a child rapist and said that he had married a child. In September, Unsworth filed a defamation suit in Los Angeles federal court. In his defense, Musk argued that pedo guy was a common insult used in South Africa when I was growing up, synonymous with creepy old man, and is used to insult a person's appearance and demeanor. The defamation case began in December 2019, with Unsworth seeking $190 million in damages. During the trial, Musk apologized to Unsworth again for the tweet. On December 6, the jury found in favor of Musk and ruled he was not liable. 2018 Joe Rogan podcast appearance. In 2018, Musk appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and discussed various topics for over 2 hours. During the interview, Musk sampled a puff from a cigar consisting, the host claimed, of tobacco laced with cannabis. Tesla stock dropped after the incident, which coincided with the confirmation of the departure of Tesla's vice president of worldwide finance earlier that day. Fortune wondered if the cannabis use could have ramifications for SpaceX contracts with the United States Air Force, though an Air Force spokesperson told The Verge that there was no investigation and that the Air Force was still determining the facts. In a 60 Minutes interview, Musk said of the incident, "I do not smoke pot. As anybody who watched that podcast could tell, I have no idea how to smoke pot." Music. In 2019, Musk, through Emoji Records, released a rap track, Rip Haram, on SoundCloud. The track, which refers to the killing of Haram the gorilla and the subsequent internet sensationalism surrounding the event, was performed by Young Jake, written by Young Jake and Caroline Polachek, and produced by Blood Pop. The following year, Musk released an EDM track, Don't Doubt Your Vibe, featuring his own lyrics and vocals. While Guardian critic Alexei Petrides described it as indistinguishable from umpteen competent but unthrilling bits of bedroom electronica posted elsewhere on SoundCloud, TechCrunch said it was not a bad representation of the genre. Wealth. Musk made $175.8 million when PayPal was sold to eBay in 2002. He was first listed on the Forbes Billionaires list in 2012, with a net worth of $2 billion. At the start of 2020, Musk had a net worth of $27 billion. By the year's end his net worth had increased by $150 billion, largely driven by his ownership of around 20% of Tesla stock. During this, Musk's net worth was often volatile. For example, it dropped $16.3 billion in September, the largest single-day plunge in Bloomberg Billionaires Index's history. In November of that year, Musk passed Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg to become the third richest person in the world. A week later he passed Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates to become the second richest. In January 2021, Musk, with a net worth of $185 billion, surpassed Amazon founder Jeff Bezos to become the richest person in the world. Bezos reclaimed the top spot the following month. On September 27, 2021, after Tesla stock surged, Forbes announced that Musk had a net worth of over $200 billion, and was the richest person in the world. In November 2021, Musk became the first person with a net worth over $300 billion. Around 3/4 of Musk's wealth derives from Tesla. Musk does not receive a salary from Tesla. He agreed with the board in 2018 to a compensation plan that ties his personal earnings to Tesla's valuation and revenue. The deal stipulated that Musk only receives the compensation if Tesla reaches certain market values. It was the largest such deal ever done between a CEO and a company board. In the first award, given in May 2020, he was eligible to purchase 1.69 million Tesla shares at below market prices, which was worth about $800 million. Musk paid $455 million in taxes on $1.52 billion of income between 2014 and 2018. According to ProPublica, Musk paid no federal income taxes in 2018. He claimed his 2021 tax bill was estimated at $12 billion based on his sale of $14 billion worth of Tesla stock. In 2003, Musk said his favorite plane he owned was an L-39 Albatros. He uses a private jet owned by Falcon Landing LLC, a SpaceX-linked company, and acquired a second jet in August 2020. The jet's heavy use of fossil fuels, it flew over 150,000 miles in 2018, has received criticism. Musk has repeatedly described himself as cash poor, and has professed to have little interest in the material trappings of wealth. In May 2020, he pledged to sell almost all physical possessions. Musk defended his wealth by saying he is accumulating resources for humanity's outward expansion to space. Philanthropy. Musk is president of the Musk Foundation, whose stated purpose is to provide solar power energy systems in disaster areas, support research, development, and advocacy, and support science and engineering educational efforts. From 2002 to 2018, the foundation gave out $25 million directly to nonprofits, nearly half of which went to Musk's OpenAI, which was at the time a non-profit organization. Since 2002, the foundation has made over 350 donations. Around half were to scientific research or education nonprofits. Notable beneficiaries include the Wikimedia Foundation, his alma mater the University of Pennsylvania, and his brother Kimball's Big Green. In 2012, Musk took the Giving Pledge, thereby committing to give the majority of his wealth to charitable causes either during his lifetimes or in his will. He has endowed prizes at the X Prize Foundation, including $100 million to reward improved carbon capture technology. Vox said the Musk Foundation is almost entertaining in its simplicity and yet is strikingly opaque, noting that its website was only 33 words in plain text. The foundation has been criticized for the relatively small amount of wealth donated. In 2020, Forbes gave Musk a philanthropy score of 1, because he had given away less than 1% of his net worth. In November 2021, Musk donated $5.7 billion of Tesla's shares to charity. However, Fortune magazine noted that no nonprofits subsequently announced receiving any money from Musk, despite his November 2021 regulatory filing citing earmarking $5.7 billion worth of his Tesla shares for charity. Personal views and Twitter usage. Since joining Twitter in 2009, Musk has been an active user and has over 100 million followers as of June 2022. He posts memes, promotes business interests, and comments on contemporary political and cultural issues. Musk's statements have often provoked controversy, such as for mocking preferred gender pronouns, and comparing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to Adolf Hitler in support of the 2022 Canada convoy protest. The New York Times describes his contributions to international relations as chaotic. Critics of Musk have argued that there is a lack of separation between his opinions and his business interests. Existential threats. Musk has stated that artificial intelligence poses the greatest existential threat to humanity. He has warned of a Terminator-like AI apocalypse and suggested that the government should regulate its safe development. In 2015, Musk was a co-signatory, along with Stephen Hawking and hundreds of others, of the Open Letter on Artificial Intelligence, which called for the ban of autonomous weapons. Musk's AI stances have been called alarmist and sensationalist by critics such as computer scientist Jan L. Kuhn and industry leader Mark Zuckerberg, and led the think tank Information Technology and Innovation Foundation to award Musk its annual Luddite Award in 2016. Musk has described climate change as the greatest threat to humanity after AI, and has advocated for a carbon tax. Musk was a critic of President Donald Trump's stance on climate change, and resigned from 2 presidential business advisory councils following Trump's 2017 decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Agreement. Musk has long promoted the colonization of Mars and argues that humanity should become a multi-planetary species. He has suggested the use of nuclear weapons to terraform Mars. He envisioned establishing a direct democracy on Mars, with a system in which more votes would be required to create laws than remove them. Musk has also voiced concerns about human population decline, saying that Mars has zero human population. We need a lot of people to become a multi-planet civilization. Speaking at the Wall Street Journal's CEO Council session in 2021, Musk stated that a declining birth rate, and consequent population decline, is one of the biggest risks to human civilization. Politics. While often described as libertarian, Musk has called himself politically moderate and was a registered independent when he lived in California. The New York Times noted that Musk expresses views that don't fit neatly into binary, left-right political framework. Historically, Musk has donated to both Democrats and Republicans, many of whom are in states in which he has a vested interest. Musk has praised China and has been described as having mounted a charm offensive to woo the Chinese government and gain access to its markets for Tesla. In 2022, Musk wrote an article for China Cyberspace, the official publication of Cyberspace Administration of China, which enforces internet censorship in China. His writing the article was described as conflicting with his advocacy for free speech. Musk later advocated for Taiwan to become a special administrative region of China. In October 2022, Musk posted a Twitter poll and peace plan to resolve the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which was criticized by Ukrainian officials. Shortly thereafter, Musk announced that SpaceX could no longer supply Ukraine with Starlink satellite units at its own expense, but he reversed his stance a day later. Musk voted for Hillary Clinton in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. In the 2020 Democratic presidential primaries, Musk endorsed candidate Andrew Yang and expressed support for his proposed universal basic income. He also endorsed Kanye West's independent campaign in the 2020 general election, but ultimately voted for Joe Biden in 2020. In 2022, Musk said that he could no longer support the Democrats because they are the party of division and hate, and leaned towards supporting Republican Ron DeSantis in the 2024 U.S. presidential election if DeSantis were a candidate. Musk opposes a billionaire's tax, and has argued with more left-leaning Democratic politicians such as Bernie Sanders, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Elizabeth Warren. COVID-19. Musk was criticized for his public comments and conduct related to the COVID-19 pandemic. He spread misinformation about the virus, including promoting a widely discredited paper on the benefits of chloroquine and claiming that COVID-19 death statistics were inflated. In March 2020, Musk stated, "The coronavirus panic is dumb." In an email to Tesla employees, Musk referred to COVID-19 as a specific form of the common cold and predicted that confirmed COVID-19 cases would not exceed 0.1% of the U.S. population. On March 19, 2020, Musk predicted that there would be probably close to 0 new cases by end of April. Politico labeled this statement one of the most audacious, confident, and spectacularly incorrect prognostications. Musk also claimed falsely that children are essentially immune to COVID-19. Musk condemned COVID-19 lockdowns and initially refused to close the Tesla Fremont factory in March 2020, defying the local shelter-in-place order. In May 2020, he reopened the Tesla factory, defying the local stay-at-home order, and warned workers that they would be unpaid, and their unemployment benefits might be jeopardized if they did not report to work. In March 2020, Musk promised that Tesla would make ventilators for COVID-19 patients if there were a shortage. After figures like New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio responded to Musk's offer, Musk offered to donate ventilators which Tesla would build or buy from a third party. However, Musk ended up buying and donating BiPAP and CPAP machines rather than the much more expensive and sought-after invasive mechanical ventilator machines. In September 2020, Musk stated that he would not get the COVID-19 vaccine, because he and his children were not at risk for COVID. 2 months later, Musk contracted COVID-19 and suggested his COVID-19 rapid antigen test results were dubious, after which the phrase "Space Karen" trended on Twitter, in reference to Musk. However, in December 2021, Musk revealed that he and his eligible children had received the vaccine. Finance. Musk has stated that he does not believe the U.S. government should provide subsidies to companies, instead they should impose a carbon tax to discourage poor behavior. Musk says that the free market would achieve the best solution, and that producing environmentally unfriendly vehicles should have consequences. Tesla has received billions of dollars in subsidies. In addition, Tesla made large sums from government-initiated systems of zero-emissions credits offered in California and at the United States federal level, which facilitated initial consumer adoption of Tesla vehicles, as the tax credits given by governments enabled Tesla's battery electric vehicles to be price competitive, in comparison with existing lower-priced internal combustion engine vehicles. Notably, Tesla generates some of its revenue from its sales of carbon credits granted to the company by both the European Union Emissions Trading System and the Chinese National Carbon Trading Scheme. Musk, a longtime opponent of short selling, has repeatedly criticized the practice and argued it should be illegal. Wired magazine speculated that Musk's opposition to short selling stems from how they have an incentive to find and promote unfavorable information about his companies. In early 2021, he encouraged the GameStop short squeeze. Technology. Musk has promoted cryptocurrencies and supports them over traditional government-issued fiat currencies. Given the influence of Musk's tweets in moving cryptocurrency markets, his statements about cryptocurrencies have been viewed as market manipulation by some, such as economist Nouriel Roubini. Musk's social media praising of Bitcoin and Dogecoin was credited for increasing their prices. Consequently, Tesla's 2021 announcement, against the backdrop of Musk's social media behavior, that it bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, raised questions. Tesla's announcement that it would accept Bitcoin for payment was criticized by environmentalists and investors, due to the environmental impact of cryptocurrency mining. In 2021, the energy consumption of Bitcoin mining, which has built-in energy inefficiency, exceeded that of Argentina. A few months later, in response to the criticism, Musk announced on Twitter that Tesla would no longer accept payments in Bitcoin and would not engage in any Bitcoin transactions until the environmental issues are solved. Despite the boring company's involvement in building mass transit infrastructure, Musk has criticized public transport and promoted individualized transport. His comments have been called elitist and have sparked widespread criticism from both transportation and urban planning experts, who have pointed out that public transportation in dense urban areas is more economical, more energy efficient, and requires much less space than private cars. Personal life. From the early 2000s until late 2020, Musk resided in California, where both Tesla and SpaceX were founded. In 2020, he moved to Texas, stating that California had become complacent about its economic success. While hosting Saturday Night Live in May 2021, Musk stated that he has Asperger syndrome. Musk met his first wife, Canadian Justine Wilson, while attending Queen's University in Ontario, Canada, and they married in 2000. In 2002, their first child died of sudden infant death syndrome at the age of 10 weeks. After his death, the couple decided to use IVF to continue their family. They had twins in 2004 followed by triplets in 2006. The couple divorced in 2008 and shared custody of their children. In 2022, one of the twins officially changed her name to reflect her gender identity, and to use Wilson as her last name because she no longer wished to be associated with Musk. In an October 2022 interview with FT.com, Musk blamed the estrangement of his daughter on what the Financial Times characterized as the supposed takeover of elite schools and universities by neo-Marxists. In 2008, Musk began dating English actress Tallulah Riley. They married 2 years later at Dornoch Cathedral in Scotland. In 2012, the couple divorced, before remarrying the following year. After briefly filing for divorce in 2014, Musk finalized a second divorce from Riley in 2016. Musk then dated Amber Heard for several months in 2017, he had reportedly been pursuing her since 2012. Musk was later accused by Johnny Depp of having an affair with Heard while she was still married to Depp. Musk and Heard both denied the affair. In 2018, Musk and Canadian musician Grimes revealed that they were dating. Grimes gave birth to their son in May 2020. According to Musk and Grimes, his name was XAEA12, however, the name would have violated California regulations as it contained characters that are not in the modern English alphabet, and was then changed to XAEA12. This drew more confusion, as AE is not a letter in the modern English alphabet. The child was eventually named XAEA12 Musk, with X as a first name, AEA12 as a middle name, and Musk as surname. In December 2021, Grimes and Musk had a second child, a daughter named Exa Dark Sidereal Musk, born via surrogacy. Despite the pregnancy, Musk confirmed reports that the couple were semi-separated in September 2021. In an interview with Time in December 2021, he said he was single. In March 2022, Grimes said of her relationship with Musk, "I would probably refer to him as my boyfriend, but we're very fluid." Later that month, Grimes tweeted that she and Musk had broken up again but remained on good terms. In July 2022, Insider published court documents revealing that Musk had had twins with Shivon Zilis, Director of Operations and Special Projects at Neuralink, in November 2021. They were born weeks before Musk and Grimes had their second child via surrogate in December. The news raised questions about workplace ethics, given that Zilis directly reported to Musk. Also in July 2022, The Wall Street Journal reported that Musk allegedly had an affair with Google co-founder Sergey Brin's wife, in 2021, leading to the Brins' divorce the following year. Musk denied the report. Sexual misconduct allegations. In May 2022, Business Insider cited an anonymous friend of an unnamed SpaceX contract flight attendant, alleging that Musk engaged in sexual misconduct in 2016. The source claimed that in November 2018, Musk, SpaceX, and the former flight attendant entered into a severance agreement granting the attendant a $250,000 payment in exchange for a promise not to sue over the claims. Musk responded, "If I were inclined to engage in sexual harassment, this is unlikely to be the first time in my entire 30-year career that it comes to light." He accused the article from Business Insider of being a politically motivated hit piece. After the release of the Business Insider article, Tesla's stock fell by more than 6%, decreasing Musk's net worth by $10 billion. Barron's wrote, "Some investors considered Keyman risked the danger that a company could be badly hurt by the loss of one individual." Media appearances. Musk has made cameos and appearances in films such as Iron Man 2, Machete Kills, Why Him, and Men in Black, International. Television series in which he has appeared include The Simpsons, The Big Bang Theory, South Park, Rick and Morty, Young Sheldon, and Saturday Night Live. He contributed interviews to the documentaries Racing Extinction and the Werner Herzog-directed Lo and Behold. Recognition. Musk was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society in 2018. In 2015, he received an honorary doctorate in engineering and technology from Yale University and IEEE honorary membership. Awards for his contributions to the development of the Falcon rockets include the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics George Low Transportation Award in 2008, the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale Gold Space Medal in 2010, and the Royal Aeronautical Society Gold Medal in 2012. He was listed among Time magazine's 100 most influential people in 2010, 2013, 2018, and 2021. Musk was selected as Time's Person of the Year for 2021. Time editor-in-chief Edward Felsenthal wrote that Person of the Year is a marker of influence, and few individuals have had more influence than Musk on life on Earth, and potentially life off Earth too. In 2022, Musk was elected as a member of the National Academy of Engineering. References.